Today on Gun Talk Nation, we're talking with Mark Purcell. Mark works with Wheeler and Tipton. You know them for their gun cleaning, their gun vices, their tools. And we're talking about AR builds, gun builds, but this one's a little bit different today because we're driving a Jeep through Moab, Utah, up and down the mountains. Should be pretty fun. Gun Talk Nation is brought to you by Hodgdon, the gunpowder people, Springfield Armory, Safariland, We Save Lives, and Armscor. Hey, welcome into Gun Talk Nation. All right, right off the bat, you realize we are not in the Gun Talk studio, Mark.
No, we are not.
We got Mark Purcell with us, Wheeler Tipton.
What's up, guys?
Tipton.
Tipton.
I just like saying Tipton.
It's more fun. Yes.
But we're going to do this. We are in a Jeep, and we also are in Moab, Utah.
Yes, we are.
This is like rock climbing, off-roading mecca
Yes.
of the universe.
Yes. Like, if you are into off-roading, overlanding, this is like the best spot in the world.
It is. It's wild.
It is the place.
We're going to do this while we drive over obstacles. And I don't know. Hopefully we don't die on camera. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I hope not too.
I mean, but I've always said if I was going to die, I hope they catch it on camera.
Yeah.
Like there's many times we're filming, I'm like, all right, let's try this. You guys make sure you're rolling because I don't know what's going to happen. And
yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
I think our tour guide is about to come yell at us. So he's
going to tell us to drop it in 4.
Listening, I'm sorry, this is just what it is today.
Yeah.
It's a little candid. It's real life. Put it in 4-wheel drive. So, so Wheeler Tipton, you guys are part of American Outdoor Brands, which is also Caldwell, Crimson Trace, Bog Pod, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing this media event. Tell me what the inspiration for this thing is and why we're out here in Moab.
Yeah, so this has been a dream of mine for a very long time. So my background is in tools. I worked for a tool company for just shy of a decade. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing product development, markeing, PR in the tool industry.
So like stuff that they would buy at Home Depot
Correct.
or whatever.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
And I have had this thought for a very, very long time of the target customer of guys like us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We love tools and we love guns.
Yep.
And those are my 2 favorite things in the world. And so obviously with Wheeler, when I took over Wheeler about a year and a half ago, my first thing I started doing was just digging, figuring out, the things that we're doing well, things we can improve on. And obviously Wheeler's known for gunsmithing, but they're tools. They're multi-purpose. Yep. You don't have to use them strictly on guns. And then I had this light bulb moment of there's this massive need and an untouched market of folks that like to tinker, work in their shops.
Yep.
Tool users, right?
And we overlap in the stuff we like,
exactly.
Right? The tools, the guns.
Yes.
4-wheel drive.
Yes. And for those folks that they have other hobbies and passions other than guns, they need tools for those things.
Right.
And again, I kept digging. And there was this community, so not construction tools, but there's this community of folks that like dirt bikes, motorcycles, hot rods, off-roading, mm-hmm. Jeeps, all that kind of stuff that are just massive, 2A community, pro-gun kind of folks. And there's not a single tool company that advertises this way.
Right.
And that's what we're getting ready to do. So here we are out in Moab, Utah, and this is really my baby coming to life here. And so basically what we did was we pulled in some of our partners and friends in the gun industry like yourself, along with some of my old partners in the tool world. And we are basically taking their hands, joining them together and saying, let's
hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and work on guns. So this morning we kicked off with doing some gun builds.
Yeah, that was fun.
We got to talk about that because the gun build world is like on fire right now. Mm-hmm. You try to go to Aero Precision or some of these other places, and there's a lot of stuff out of stock.
Oh yeah.
But we've got products from Arrow here. We've got Ballistic Advantage. Is that right?
So some great folks in the gun industry co-sponsored with us, and Arrow Precision, Ballistic Advantage. You guys all got to build an AR-15 today, which was awesome. We did,
and I had messed with doing certain little mods on AR-15s, but I haven't done it from the ground up.
Yeah.
And so this is my first time, so I had some help, and but it was awesome, and it's one of those things, and I am also admittedly not as much of a tinkerer. I'm a kind of like a stock guy, like get gun, load gun, shoot gun.
Yeah.
But so there's some trepidation for me. But once you actually do it, once you get somebody who knows what they're doing and goes, no, it's no big deal. Just make sure you hold on to that spring and while you're putting this on. And we had an AR-15 built from scratch, going slow in probably an hour.
Yeah.
And then polymer 80s.
That was cool, yeah. So I'd never done one of those, and it was a brand new product. They haven't even launched yet, called AFT, which was kind of a poke the bear a little bit with the ATF.
Yeah, you remember Biden said he called the ATF AFT. So there's a new product from them, but it's a complete set. So it's actually not an 80% gun. It's all of the parts in there, serialized and all that stuff. So kind of if the real baby step, this is an interesting little section.
Yeah. Yeah, so your viewers will notice that we're getting thrown around. I mean, this is rock crawling, you guys. It's so fun.
If you're listening to this on the podcast, you gotta go to the Gun Talk YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and you can watch this nonsense. Holy smokes.
So we're gonna get ready
to like freaking lava or something.
Isn't this cool? So this is called slick rock, which is not the kind of rock you'd want to call it because you want to grip, right?
Right.
I don't know why it's called slick rock, but you'll notice as we start doing some of these crazy climbs, these tires just grip like crazy. And it's actually, we'll get out and you can kind of see it for yourself, but a lot of times, like my first time out here, I was like, there's no way we're climbing this thing.
Right.
And it just, it goes like.
We're in Jeeps. We're in basically a bunch of 4-door Jeeps, Rubicons and stuff. And except for the one guy up there is going to. He thinks his, what is this, Toyota Tacoma or
it's
something?
A Ford Ranger.
Yeah. He thinks he can handle it. So that'll be interesting. We'll see about that.
Yeah,
But yeah, the gun build thing is cool. I mean, and you were just working on some new gun build projects back at the office that we were talking about.
Yep. So, Wheeler's going in a really cool direction, and AR-15 builds are fun, and but we kind of want to, diversify a little bit. And so the Polymer 80 today, which was basically a Glock clone,
right?
Glock 17. Really cool gun. I think those turned out really, really nice. But it's like, what else can you customize? Because that's the fun thing with building your own gun. You can customize it, make it your own. All right. Do you want to do the super sketchy drop, or do you want to do the easy one?
I don't know. They told us to follow everybody else.
Okay.
But
so you'll notice when we get out here on some of the tougher trails. You have an easy way and a hard way.
Yeah.
So for the folks that want to do something super technical and challenging, you have that option. Or if you want to do it the easy way, you can do it the easy way. So.
Wow. Jeez. So anyway, we're doing these builds and talking about some of the tools, because there were some cool little things that were necessary. Made it easier, made it better. I mean, one of the first ones off the bat was the pivot pin
install tool. Yeah, that's a really neat tool, and for anybody watching this or listening in, one of the biggest pain points with building is that pivot pin. You've got your spring, your detent, and then your pivot pin.
And you have to hold it all down and slide it through, and basically it literally could shoot into your ceiling.
Right. So for any of you that are wanting to do your first build, I strongly recommend buying an extra parts kit.
You are going to lose a D10 to a spring.
Bing! And it's a tiny little part, and if it's gone, it's gone. I mean, there's no way you're going to find it. So there's a lot of folks that use like a razor blade to hold it down and that kind of thing. So it's basically these 2 pins. You slide one in where the pivot pin would go, and it holds your spring in place, and you can press the detent down, use the other pin to swivel it, it locks it in, and then you can grab your pin, use, counter pressure, slides right in, and can help you avoid losing those detents and the springs.
It's a really handy tool. We'll be right back. Do you love Browning high powers? Well, Springfield Armory has introduced their new version of that gun. It's called the SA-35. It's still a 9mm handgun, and it's a modern take on that original P-35. Forged frame and slide, checkered walnut grips, made in the USA. They've actually increased the capacity to a 15-round capacity, and they've done some other things as far as changing the beaver tail and hammer. Helps with the hammer bite that people sometimes experienced, and they've also beveled the mag well. If you're looking for a high power, here's a brand new one from Springfield Armory. Also, Safariland, the 5.75 IWB holster designed to fit multiple firearms in one holster. It's now available for slim fits, meaning think SIG P365s, Hellcats, those types of sizes, right? The Glock 43X, 48, but it's optics capable. And if you use the code GUNTALK20 Q4, you'll get 20% off at safariland.com. Also, Smith & Wesson, the M&P 15 T2 rifle. This is an AR-15, M&P 15, but they've really tricked it out with ambi controls, flat face trigger, M4E flash suppressor, interchangeable back straps on the pistol grip. That's a nice one. Check it out at smith-wesson.com. Okay, so there are other tools that we use. I mean, obviously you've got screwdriver kit.
Yep.
But it's like the screwdrivers are different. The hammer for gunsmithing is not a freaking hammer you'd use to build a deck.
It's not a framing hammer.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that. So there are a lot of places where you need that polymer hammer that soft edge that you're not going to mar up your gun as you're building it, which is easy to do if you do it wrong. All right, guys, we are going downhill.
So this is one of those instances. So this will be our first kind of technical section, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, what other tools that you would say, okay, somebody's like, I'm going to do an AR build. You may have a punch set or a little screwdriver set, but are there some ones that are kind of specific to doing that particular project?
Yeah. So the pivot pin is a really important one. Some basic screwdrivers, hammer and punch set.
Castle nut wrench.
Gets you most of the, yes. So you definitely need an armorer's wrench, and that will help you put on your muzzle devices, your castle nut. You need a torque wrench. So when you put on your barrel nut, you got to torque it to spec, usually 70 to 80 foot-pounds. That's a,
oh wow.
I don't recommend a beginner does that part.
No, you need
so this is one of those
tires for that one.
This is one of those sections. But yeah, there's pretty much those basic tools. You need a vise, obviously, especially once you do the upper. Now, once we're talking about probably one of my other favorite tools that Wheeler makes is our upper receiver action rod. And essentially what it does is you put your upper onto this rod that's clamped into the vise. And then once you put your barrel on, it locks it in place for you and acts as a second set of hands. So basically the rest of the build, as you're doing your gas tube, your muzzle device, your hand guard, all that kind of stuff, it just holds it for you. So
you can stick the barrel on. You're not having to hold that at the same time as you're trying to lock everything down.
Right. Absolutely right. But yeah, with those few tools, and what everybody knows, the fat wrench, right? So when you go to do your scope mounting, things like that, you got to torque it to spec. So we did a little bit of that. Mounted a new CT 1x6 that's coming out.
Yep. and fat sticks.
Oh man, yes. So that's my first, since taking over Wheeler, really my first. This one's gonna get a little rough, Ryan. Just a heads up. It was my first
We'll talk through it.
product that I designed start to finish with the new color scheme, the new brand standards, the new logo.
Oh, it looks good. Like everybody knows. Uh-oh. He's checking on us.
We're doing great, man. Thanks for checking in. You good up there?
What are we gonna do?
We're doing good.
10-4.
Don't say we're doing great. That's the moment where you fall off the mountain.
Okay, so as we get on these fins, they're called. So it's basically these rock formations that are rounded.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to help me spot because we're gonna get into some goofy stuff here, and I can't see. So not yet. This is easy stuff. But once we get into the harder stuff, I'm gonna have you tell me right, left, that kind of stuff.
All right.
I mean, look at these views.
It's gorgeous.
Are you kidding me?
Gorgeous. I'm sure some people listening have been to Moab because it's such a popular spot. But this is new for me, man. It's gorgeous out here.
Beautiful.
You know what? I think we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, do you reload? Or you're thinking about getting into reloading? Well, the place to start is HodgdonReloading.com. They have the Hodgdon Reloading Data Center with all types of information on different loads and what you might need. Hodgdon has been doing this for a very long time, and they're actually the largest supplier of smokeless black powder substitute propellants. So they're the big gunpowder guys in the U.S., and they have the data center that's going to help you do it right, do it safely, and make it easy for you. Check out HodgdonReloading.com. Remington Ammunition, Golden Saber bonded defensive tactical handgun ammunition. You have to carry good ammo in your gun. That's what delivers your intention to the target, as a smart person once said. These are made in the USA, available in 4 popular calibers. Remington.com/handgun. All right, so fat sticks. This is your brand new baby.
Yeah, they're awesome.
It's not only a really cool new product for you, but you started changing the branding, the look of Wheeler too. I mean, everybody knows the Wheeler with the yellow, but you've tweaked it a bit.
Yeah, so basically I've spent the last year just rebuilding the foundation. We're gonna start coming out with a lot of new Wheeler tools in the next couple of years. I think everybody's gonna really like. So the first thing was giving it an updated look. So we changed the colors from black and yellow to like a black and bronze, basically. Looks really good. Changed the logo, just really freshened it up nice. So
kind of black and bronze kind of sounds like gun colors.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this section's gonna get really fun. These sandbanks, I'm gonna take it out of 4-wheel drive and we're gonna send it
go a little faster.
Yeah, so these Jeeps have these turbos that are really fun. I'm gonna let these guys get a little bit ahead so we can send it a little bit because they're all driving like grandmas right now.
We're taking first day out here, getting settled in, taking it easy.
Actually, I think this isn't one of the crazy sections. I think this one's a shorty. Once we get down in the flats, it is. So yeah, anyway, the fat sticks are really cool. Building off the Fat Wrench name, which is our torque wrench. It's basically a T-handle design with 5 torque limiters.
The T-handle is like game changer.
It really is.
So
I
much
love it
easier to
so
use.
much. And it's just super versatile. And that's the key for me with my tool background is versatility, especially with hand tools, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy 20 tools that do 20 things. I want to buy one tool that does 20 things, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it turned out really cool. How's your neck? It's, they work great. So it's like I said, a T-handle, an extension. It'll come with 12 of your most common bits for gunsmithing applications. And then,
and it works with your screwdriver set too, right?
Yep,
like the bits?
absolutely. They're all interchangeable, 1/4 inch, bits. So we designed it with, the thought in mind that for gun building, this is really, it's a good tool. But for like mountain bikers, they need to set things to torque. Electricians, it's just a super handy tool. And so it'll come with 5 limiters, 15, 25, 35, 45, and 65 inch-pounds. And the cool thing about these is you can actually throw them in a tool too. So
okay, like a drill.
So it'll work in a
whatever.
drill, and so it'll turn any power tool into, basically, you can set your torque.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're gonna get a little squirrely here, Ryan.
Give it hell.
All right,
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
have to pick a different line.
Get on it. Come on, Purcell.
So yeah, they're super cool, but yeah, you can pop them in a drill and use them on pretty much anything. They're pretty fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna be on the fins for a little bit.
This is wicked, dude.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
If you want to get out and drive, just let me know and we'll swap.
We'll swap after we're done with this. So what about Tipton? I mean, you guys are known for gun cleaning stuff and vices, the gun vice and all that. I mean, that's got to be kind of the bread and butter for you guys, I guess, huh?
Yeah, so Tipton, a lot of people know us for our gun vices. And we're getting ready to go through the same thing I just did for Wheeler, which is a pretty massive rebrand, freshen everything up. Take the products we've been selling for a long time and make them better. And so I'm going to start that in the next couple of months. Refresh, new logo, new color scheme, all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to dive deep into the roadmap and see what areas need to be filled, what products that we need to be making that we don't currently make. And we just came out with the Nope ropes. That was the first product that I launched for Tipton, which is basically a bore cleaning rope, which are super popular. And we kind of, took that great product that other companies make, and we kind of added some features, which I think are super helpful. That brass fitting. So, obviously the biggest pain point is the feeding process, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't see anything, Ryan. How we looking?
You're good.
Ride this line.
It's just a little bit to the right.
So go right.
Go right a little bit.
Okay.
Then straighten it out. Get a little steep. Yeah.
Nice.
You're good. Jeez. These Jeeps are built for that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Oh, dude.
Look at that view.
Woo!
Are you kidding me? My
You look
gosh.
like you're in a Roadrunner cartoon. Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, so when I was out here on our scouting trip, I didn't realize we went to dinner and they have a Western museum in the basement of this really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And it has all the movie props and stuff from all the movies that were shot out here.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Western guy. I love John Wayne.
Yeah.
And apparently they shot a ton of Westerns out here.
Well, it looks like the West.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of places that are West that they may not look that part, but this just looks like stereotypical plateaus and cliffs and, the sagebrush and cedars and all that. I mean, it's like, it's pretty wicked.
This is their first real descent coming up here, so these guys are probably some of these guys we maybe should have provided some diapers for.
We also there wasn't any training with this. It was just like, all right,
that's the crazy thing.
Hop in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go nuts. Have fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wear your seatbelt, kids.
Oh jeez.
Oh, we're watching Luke in front of us. He's driving. He's the guy in the
Ranger.
in the Ranger, and it's maybe not suited for this.
Yeah, I tried telling him, like, I don't think you want to bring this thing out here, man.
He wanted to put it to the test.
Yeah.
Gotta see what it's made of.
Yeah, he does. Like, what?
He's gonna be taking it to the body shop
Yeah,
after this.
it's like, it's your own personal vehicle, too. Like, if you mess it up.
I can't really help you, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you rent it. Rent
All right,
the Jeeps.
so you'll notice we've got arrows, too.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a little gnarly.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, you're good.
Hold this line.
Hold this line. Yes. Left a
Left,
little bit.
okay.
A little bit left. There you go.
Cake.
Right.
It's a cakewalk. Yee.
Are they switching drivers?
Oh, Luke's sending the drone up.
Perfect place for a drone.
Yeah.
So you've done, at this point, you've probably done several different builds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's your journey of, like, what's been the hard parts of the builds, and what have you messed up or learned from? And thinking about people listening, what
Yeah.
could they kind of go, hey, these are the parts that are kind of tricky
Yeah.
or whatever?
You know, the biggest thing for me when I first started, and just in the last 6 months, I've built probably 30 to 40 guns.
Oh, wow.
I needed to understand the process, and I needed to understand how to make these tools better for our customers.
Yeah.
And so I needed to become an expert overnight. And so I've taken armorers courses. I got my armorers certifications.
Nice.
And gotten a lot of good feedback from experts in the industry. And it's been really helpful. But the biggest thing for me was figuring out the why.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had this light bulb moment the last few times that I was building. The other thing too was the parts, not mixing up the springs.
But figuring out the why, as far as why are people building guns?
Not that, but why does this part do this?
Ah, I see what you mean.
Like, what is the
Sure.
function of this?
And it's funny because I'll say, like, that was kind of one of my little things this morning of doing it. And I know there's parts kits for lowers
Yeah.
and all this, but you lay it all out and you go, are you sure Stoner was a genius? Because there's a lot of freaking parts in this. I mean, maybe not compared to something else, but I'm like, why do we have so many springs and detents and things?
Right.
But it has to capture
Yep.
a part
Exactly.
or keep pressure on a
Exactly.
spring.
Yeah, and so just as I kept doing it, asking questions with guys that have done it 100 times, and then you start figuring out, oh, that slot in the pivot pin or the takedown pin, the detent hits that, the spring pushes into that, and that's what keeps it from flying out.
Otherwise, the pivot pin's just going to fly out every
Yep.
time.
All right, you ready?
All right,
this
this
one's
is
gonna
a
get a
pretty-
little swirly.
This is a pretty good
A little
descent.
Oh, this one's gonna be fine.
So basically, we're just following the tire track.
Oh
So
yeah,
everybody
that's
else-
a good one, bud. Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is about as much fun as you can have with your clothes on. Am I right? Right?
Yes, absolutely. He's awesome. Dude.
Yeah. Now you know why there's these bars up
Yeah.
here. Yeah, you're gonna wake up sore tomorrow, man.
You're just
Like, why am I
riding in a
sore?
car.
I'm just sitting in a car.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I like this one a lot because you can hit some technical stuff that takes a little bit of skill, but it's not just crazy gnarly. Like if you go to
Yeah,
There
they
was
have
one-
some trails in here that are wild, right?
so this is to put it into perspective for you, this is a 4.
Okay.
The trails get to a 10. If you end up going on Hell's Revenge tomorrow, that one's a 6, but I think it's probably closer to a 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Box, he'll go on 9s.
Really?
And it's
You have to know what you're doing at that point.
Yes.
And have the right vehicle.
If you are in a stock Jeep, you do not go on anything more than a 7. So this would be considered not stock. Oh, he's slipping. Watch this. This one's going to get a little gnarly, Ryan. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh.
But literally on the trail maps, it will say not recommended for stock Jeeps.
Right.
You know, you need at least 35-inch tires, 37s. You need lockers. You need, you know, all these things.
Yeah.
There's some trails that it's like, if you're not lifted, if you don't have 40-inch tires, if you don't have sway bars, all these things,
Yeah.
you do not go on them.
Like, it's just not safe.
Yes.
He's getting after it.
Yeah, he's gonna send it. We're gonna send it here too. This one's probably the sketchiest thing we've done yet. Here, Ryan, coming up. So hold on to your hat.
Hold on to your pistols. So we've got this rock face that we're going to try to climb up. That I would say is at least a 40-degree angle,
Yeah.
maybe?
Well, the cool thing about these Jeeps is it tells you. This one's probably a 35.
Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's get after it.
I'm gonna go in 4 low on this one, actually. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it. Whoa. Whoa.
Fudge. Come on, baby. Oh, come on.
He's saying get after it. We are backing back down. First
Yeah.
attempt, no.
Let's see what.
Let's see what the advice from the real rock crawlers is.
Huh?
Lockers. All right. He's just Box is our other guy who knows what he's doing up here, and Box is the Caldwell guy. You guys have probably seen him on some of our videos, and he's like, just lock that sucker and give it gas. Here we go, baby. Woo!
Well, I just
Holy
gonna send
smokes.
it.
Jeez,
That made a difference.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna let this side by side come all around us.
Okay.
Hey, this is real life, everybody. We're
Yeah,
in Moab.
you guys want to catch up?
Yeah, you can turn the locker on now.
Turn them off?
Yeah, you got the rear locker on?
I did front and rear.
Yeah, I turn the front off. It makes it easier to steer because it won't try to understeer.
How do you turn them off, bud?
Off.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
There you go, brother.
She's still blinking.
We're good. Just did a gnarly climb. We'll catch up. Luke's getting some drone footage over.
We're gonna let a UTV go by
Okay,
us.
is it just the two of you back there then?
10-4,
Sorry,
there's a UTV guy we're going to let through as well. You guys keep plugging on.
We're just kind of playing around in this little sand pit and steep area. I don't know if you can see us in the drone or not. Oh, I think Luke's truck, actually. Brad, this is Sam. Can you guys do a quick pause for 2 minutes?
So, guys, we've got about 8 Jeeps in a line here. We've got
Roger.
people from all over, Instagram folks. We got people from the tool world, and so we've got this caravan going through this trail. And of course, there's other people out here. This guy just came up in an ATV, side by side. But man, we're like top of the world. Snow on top of the mountains out there.
Come off that ledge pretty hard there, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see how I drug the shit out of his rear receiver?
I
That's
did,
what
yeah.
it's for. Yeah. Got it.
Rubbin's
Yeah.
racing.
That's it, man. That's it. Oh, I love
I
it.
set her down so gentle.
You did.
You guys go on. We'll catch up.
Okay. We'll send it.
All right.
You having fun, bud?
Oh, this is class.
It is fun. Holy crap.
Yeah, that one got a little squirrely. Was it what you expected?
Oh, I had no idea what to expect. This is really cool. But
See the mountains up there?
yeah.
I think those are the LaSalle's. Okay, this one's a pretty cool descend, and
You're doing a little drone footage. You're just kind of hanging out right here.
10-4. Cam, which line, bud? Is it this one to the right?
Hey, hold on. You talking about going
Hey,
down?
Trev,
You talking about going
which
down?
line do I take, right or left?
Yeah.
You in Luke's truck?
Nope, look up. I'm in the red Jeep. Red Jeep, over to your right.
You take the left. You come down right there.
10-4.
My left. Your right.
Got it. Okay,
All right.
I see it now.
What are you doing?
We're going down this way.
Oh, this one right here.
You're good. Keep on coming.
All right. So far, we've survived.
Just gonna send it.
That's it for us. We'll see you next time on Gun Talk Nation.